Silence can be a powerful ally in the pursuit of success. In an environment constantly filled with noise and chaos, individuals who embrace silence are able to separate themselves from distractions and gain clarity. Moreover, adopting silent practices as part of your daily routine have distinct advantages that help improve decision-making skills while enriching one's life overall. Here are 11 ways silence can help you reach new heights. Number 1. Be clear and brief. Have you ever met someone who talks for 15 minutes straight without really saying anything? Some people feel anxious with silence, so they fill every gap with meaningless chatter. The issue is that when someone is constantly talking, they're usually not saying much of value or thinking deeply. It's important to distinguish between speaking a lot and conveying significant information. Have you ever heard of the term fast talker? It refers to people who talk excessively and try to convince you with many ideas and incentives. However, at the end of the conversation, you may not fully understand what is being discussed. Often, fast talkers do this intentionally to promote their own agenda. Salesmen often overwhelm customers with too much information. Sometimes people unintentionally imitate fast talkers and ramble on without realizing they're not making sense. However, successful people communicate effectively by being direct and concise with their words. Successful people have a habit of simplifying their needs and being clear and concise when presenting them. They don't beat around the bush or use extra ideas to hide their agenda. They say what they need to say and stop there. This is also a reason why successful people may appear quiet. They know how to shave their needs down to the bare essentials and prefer short and sweet explanations. They always aim to explain two ideas with one concise statement. Number 2. Be sure of your decisions. Taking a brief pause is more than just giving yourself time to think. When you pause for a second, a minute, or an hour, your decision-making becomes more careful and decisive. Instead of doubting and second-guessing yourself, know that you have done your due diligence, weighed the pros and cons, and double-checked your schedule. With all the necessary steps covered, you can now move forward without any hindrance. Whether you answer with a yes or no, your decision is now clear and firm. When you become more decisive, people will start respecting your decisions and valuing your choices. This is because decisive people fulfill their promises and only make commitments they intend to keep. By consistently following through on your word, people will trust you more and your opinions will carry more weight. Being dependable can greatly benefit both your personal and professional relationships. Your friends and partners will trust that you'll keep your promises, while your bosses and coworkers will have confidence in your abilities. Even staying silent can strengthen relationships and earn respect. Number 3. Utilize thoughtful silence. When your coworker asks you to drive across town to deliver forgotten documents, you might instinctively say, "Sure, no problem." However, after a few seconds, you may realize that it is actually a problem, feeling stressed and pressed for time. So take a moment to think before answering. If you pause before answering, you can avoid stressful situations. You can use this time to think about your schedule and assess your current workload. By doing this, you can tell your coworker that you are too busy and they might seek help from someone else. With this brief period of silence, you can keep your priorities in check and have a clean schedule. Successful people take pauses and use silence as an opportunity to consider their options before making decisions. It's important to spend a few moments in thought for every decision. However, not everyone is able to silently analyze their problems because they may feel awkward and unable to think straight. Overcoming the fear of silence is necessary to be able to use pauses constructively. That's why many of the wealthiest and most influential people in the world are also the quietest. Number 4. Concentrate better. Mindful silence can improve your ability to concentrate, which is a critical trait for any project. Successful individuals have used silence to fine-tune their productivity and focus on their goals. Therefore, not only does silence help you relax, but it can also boost your productivity, as it is difficult for people to remain still without feeling bored or restless. They may be tempted to check their phones, use their computers, or engage in physical activities. However, it is worth trying to overcome this challenge. According to a 2012 study by the Journal of Neuroscience, individuals who regularly practice meditation receive several cognitive benefits compared to those who do not meditate. Experienced meditators had much more stable activity in the areas of the brain responsible for attention, which allowed them to rein in distracting thoughts faster than most people. Sitting in silence and meditating helps you teach yourself to tune out distractions from your environment and from yourself. By sitting in silence, you can train your mind to stay focused for longer durations and increase your attention span. Though it may not appear significant externally, it has a remarkable impact on your brain. Number 5. Improved focus. Silence can be a useful tool for professional success and also provide mental clarity. By being accustomed to silence, you allow your mind the freedom to think and feel more deeply. Our daily routines are filled with various stimuli such as traffic and work demands, bombarding our brains with a significant amount of information every day. It can be difficult to take a break from all the distractions in your life. However, if you learn the power of silence, you can free your mind and enjoy the present moment instead of worrying about unfinished tasks. Successful people use this technique to balance their demanding lifestyles, as the pressure can be overwhelming at times. Without this practice, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and lose control. Take brief moments to yourself and tune out the world when you feel stressed by the pressures of your life. Remind yourself of your goals, passions, and loved ones, and how far you have come. Remember that it's okay to make mistakes, and that failure is natural. These moments of silence will gradually melt away your stress, allowing you to return to your work with a clear head and positive attitude. To achieve a state of effective relaxation, you only need to do 3 simple things according to a 2016 study from the Annals of the New York Academy of Sciences. The first is to find a comfortable place to sit. The second is to free yourself from distractions like your computer and phone. And the third is to gently close your eyes. Some successful people enjoy moments of silence throughout the day, while others set aside a longer period of time for complete mental relaxation. When you start practicing silence, you may feel restless and anxious due to leftover stress. This is often referred to as monkey mind, where your thoughts and feelings swing from one idea to another. However, with time and practice, you will become more comfortable in silence and learn to calm your nerves, reduce your stress, and free your restless mind. Number 6. Focus on your inner thoughts. If you start getting used to staying quiet, you may experience a shift within yourself. You will suddenly become more attentive to your own thoughts as your inner monologue becomes clearer and more distinct than ever. You may have previously encountered confusion and indecisiveness while thinking through problems, struggling to arrive at conclusions independently. As you continue to give your mind more focus, your thoughts will become more profound and prominent, and you will gradually overcome your apprehension. Ultimately, this process will allow you to identify what you want in life, and you will be able to express your inner thoughts more effectively. At this point, you may be surprised by how much wisdom you have to offer. Normally, doubt and fear can overwhelm you, causing you to ignore your instincts and invalidate the lessons you've learned. Successful people use moments of silence to nurture their inner voice, trusting their instincts and valuing their opinions. However, this takes time and practice. Your mind might be too noisy right now to hear your own voice clearly, but as you become more comfortable with silence, your wisdom will become clearer. Number 7. They use careful language. For those who aspire to be successful but fear being judged for their quiet nature, it's important to note that being a good communicator doesn't necessarily mean being talkative. Even those who prefer silence can be effective communicators by carefully choosing their words and emphasizing key messages. As a quiet person, you may spend more time considering what to say and what to avoid, which can be advantageous when persuading potential business clients. Number 8. Focus on priorities. Do you believe that silent people have no good qualities? Actually, being quiet is often seen as a weakness, but it has positive aspects too. While they may not be the life of the party, silent people are often successful because they know where they stand and remain true to their beliefs. For instance, someone in the food and beverage industry will prioritize it over expanding into unrelated fields. By consistently focusing on their priorities, they are more likely to achieve success. Number 9. They're great observers. When one person talks a lot and the other remains quiet, the quiet person is more likely to notice their surroundings. It's important in business to observe the market and take cues. Silent people can be successful because they adapt to their environment and use patterns to plan their next move. Being a good observer is an advantage in strategic fields. Number 10. They're trustworthy. While being a trusted person may not have anything to do with how someone gets their energy, It's understandable that people consider silence to be a good sign of self-control and trustworthiness. When dealing with confidential information, it's better to keep some things unsaid. For example, bankers who know your savings account password or secret agents who must keep their work undisclosed. These people are valued for their ability to keep secrets and not divulge them. Number 11. Theyre Creative. Silent individuals tend to spend more time on introspection rather than engaging in conversations. During their alone time, they come up with ideas and connect theories, resulting in creative work. This creativity is valuable in managing a business, as customers prefer variety. The reason why some quiet people succeed is due to their ability to innovate and improve their business. Such individuals often surprise their peers with unconventional ideas. Here are 2 more videos you may find interesting. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos like this, subscribe to the channel.